Hi, this is Dheeraj Sinha. I am founder of Quantable FinTech. With me is my colleague Hussain Tayyab, and we bring to you Nifty 50 Outlook for the week starting 11 September. While there are many videos on the YouTube which talk about Nifty Outlook, we felt that we can make a difference by focusing on the neo wave and combining it with the technical analysis. Many of you may be aware that neo wave is an extension of Elliott wave, though it is much more stringent in terms of its rules and is better in terms of accuracy. Because it is more complex, there are very few practitioners who practice neo wave, and Hussain is one of the experts in neo wave today in the country. So it is my delight to bring this particular analysis to you. Before we start, I would like to put the disclaimer. This video is just for the analysis and educational purpose. While I have expertise in technical analysis and Hussain is an expert on the neo wave, by no means we claim to have an accuracy in our forecasting. So whatever we are talking in this video, please take it with a pinch of salt and take it only as our analysis and the view. Please don't take any financial decision based on this particular video. Hey, hi Hussain.
Hi,
So
sir. How are you?
good. So last week was pretty good. I think our predictions were to the point, and
Yeah,
hopefully any of our viewers watching would have benefited from it. Now that is history, and we all know that history, you don't make money from the history, you make money from the
absolutely.
future. So how are the things looking now? I think
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's cover that point.
It was a brilliant week. There were little hiccups. Okay, I'll just do a quick 2-second recap. When we had met, we were on this day, that was Friday. This is the only price action that we had.
Right.
And we had taken two assumptions that, that in spite of so much of thrust, अपना BD trend line टूटा नहीं है. So we
Yes.
were just a little that let's take confirmation and then trade, which we got on Monday, obviously. And we had said कि अगर ये BD trend line टूट जाएगा, तो ये 584 का टूटना तो बनता ही है, और ये टूट गया तो 795 का अपना एक टारगेट है. These were our assumptions from last week, and the market favored our analysis, and 5 out of 5 we were on top, right?
Great.
अभी ये तो हो गया, like you rightly said, इससे तो कुछ बनने वाला है नहीं अभी. Now we want to see what's going to happen next. ठीक है? For a second, I'm going to take you on to the larger time frame, which is of 1 month. This
Sure.
is now a very big count and a very big target, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible for our
Sure.
viewers, so there's no stress and understanding.
And just I will take a few seconds here to
Please.
explain to the viewers. So for our viewers, when we do the neo wave analysis, one of the ways we do is we go from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame. And
That's
when we are on the higher time frame, we pick up the last wave of that time frame. And then in the next lower time frame, we start analyzing that last wave and see what pattern is forming. So with
perfect.
that explanation, please go ahead, Hussain.
That was perfect. That was perfect. I couldn't have said it better. Abhi, on this time frame, what do we want to see? That we are somewhere here. Okay, we are somewhere here. For a quick recap, I'll just say that this was our wave down, which was in the form of wave A. This started somewhere around, I think, 2021.
Right.
Yep. Then we had the big move up, we had a retracement, and then we continued up. यहाँ क्या बन रहा है ना? We will see on the weekly time frame within a second.
Right.
The question I want to ask myself, or the question we should look for, is there time and space for this wave to continue? अभी अपने को thrust तो मिल गया last 2 weeks में. Is it going to continue? Then we will play for upside. Is it going to retrace? We will play for downside. Simple, right?
Yeah,
We want direction.
just to elaborate, this we are talking the wave we started at 16,800 type of levels.
6828 is where, yeah.
16,828, and from that we have seen this up move. So we are trying to analyze that wave and finding out on time and space how far can it go.
That's right. अभी यहाँ पे जब देखते हैं ना, तो when we had this up move and retracement, so if you, what I have continued saying in the earlier video also, that in neo wave we require 2 waves to know what the third one is going to do.
Right.
Okay, this retracement is less than 61%. Okay, that means this gives you the recipe for a zigzag pattern.
That's right.
Zigzag का minimum requirement क्या है? That it should go above point A. Okay, about this point, which was 18,887. Now this is history. Market has already gone 1,000 points above.
Yes. Yes.
Right? These two vertical lines that you see, इसके बीच में ये wave plot होता है.
That's right.
ठीक है. So the first question that I have is, do we have time? तो हाँ boss, we have time till end of this year. तब तक ये wave जिंदा है. It is not history.
That's right.
Everything outside this vertical line is history. ये कभी चेंज नहीं होएगा. ये चेंज हो सकता है. कैसे चेंज होएगा? अगर इसका हाई निकलता है तो ये वेव जो इधर झुका हुआ है ये चेंज हो जाएगा.
Correct. Correct.
This is the only information that I want from this chart. क्योंकि monthly है and we don't trade monthly options. We either trade daily or weekly options or bi-weekly. चलो ना.
Right.
Let's take it from there. Now when we come on to the weekly time frame, okay, that last leg that I was talking of, I will just give a quick recap onto this movement. This is that entire B leg, okay, which is in teal color. I will take you quickly onto the month so that you know what I'm talking about. ये जो leg है ना, ये वाला, I'm just showing you on the weekly.
That's right.
ठीक है? This started from 15,183, which was around June 22.
Right.
We went up in a mono wave. Remember, corrections take more time than impulse waves.
Yes.
And then this pattern, this entire pattern was an irregular flat because we had a strong B wave and the entire B wave is almost retraced.
Right. That is a fall from the previous ATH, which was,
Yes.
yeah,
Which is around the 18,800 levels.
right. From there, the fall to 16,828.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And this was the diametric, the C leg that we had analyzed, the two of us, and we had then said, कि DF trend line टूटता है, so this will be our next target.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Now, obviously, it overshot. Again, this is also a zigzag. So its requirement was to go above this, and like I said, it's already gone 1,000 points up.
Yes.
यहाँ पे we want to see, is there कितना जा सकता है? अभी zigzag में क्या है ना, minimum requirement ये है, maximum requirement तो 161% तक जा सकता है. ठीक है? ये 22,000 रुपया ये ख्यालों की बात है. 22,000 ये अभी कुछ 2-3 हफ्ते या 2-3 महीने में. Let us see. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm not
but
even going to talk about that.
But potentially, as far as the wave theory goes, it can go up to 22,354.
Of course, of course.
It will still not violate that zigzag pattern target.
Absolutely, absolutely. But then, you know, we have to also then go on to the 6-month down to see कि इसका क्या है, कौन सा wave में है.
Let's not go
Yeah,
to
let's not waste time for our viewers. We'll just see कि boss, what is the immediate एक हफ्ते में हम लोग क्या देख सकते हैं.
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
So I would say in the next week, we could see an ATH. Okay, this is my best interpretation based on the information that I have in front of me. 100% of this leg. Okay, so I'm taking this leg, this correction, and looking at what the C wave of this bigger degree B wave is going to do.
That's right.
I will say that between 20,000 and 20,400 is what I would be seeing in the preceding weeks. What's going to happen in this week, that we will see onto the daily chart. Because remember, though this is a weekly new trading view time frame, it is giving me the monthly count for new wave. I will go one step lower to analyze this leg. Okay, this one.
Sure.
यहाँ पे जाते हैं. It brings up to our last video. Okay, this was our last video where we had said कि ये निकलना चाहिए. Now, what are we considering over here? We are taking a case 1 and a case 2.
Yeah.
The last 2 times when we met, मैंने case 1, case 2 नहीं लिया था because we were in the last leg of this entire correction.
That's right.
So we only took the most likely and the most probable outcome.
Correct.
Now we have moved above the most likely and most probable into a little green area, right? यहाँ पे 1-2 option खुल जाते हैं. ठीक है? So what do we want to see as a participant of the market and to be confident on the upside? I want to see कि boss, क्या ये 880, I'll just put on the candles, ये जो 867 to 887 का जो एक सेल जोन बना था जहाँ पे निफ्टी ने हॉल्ट लिया, क्या ये इसको गैप अप में तोड़ता है, क्या खुल के थ्रस्ट में निकालता है, क्या होता है? Now,
Right.
I have many a time seen in this last 1 year that a lot of important rejection points gap up mein nikal jate.
Hmm.
Okay, where a lot of people are forced to run away from their positions. So
That's
let us just assume it may be no different. So my
Mhm.
first case is the possible gap up on Monday, 887 to be taken out. If this happens, we are approaching all-time high. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? I'm
That's
not saying anything that you don't already know.
yep. Yep.
अगर ये point take out हो जाता है, we may see our weekly and monthly targets playing out.
That's right.
Okay. If we cross 80H, where can we not go? Abhi, remember all this time I have said कि minimum इतना चाहिए.
That's right.
Abhi, on this chart, based on what I had marked, I have a maximum limit.
Hmm.
That maximum limit is 20,610.
Very interesting. Yep.
फिलहाल आप देखेंगे ना 19,800 to 20,610 तो 800 पॉइंट का रेंज आ जाता है.
That's right.
It's not tradable. 800 points, however, I don't know how to trade. Okay. So all I'm going to say is let's see what prices indicate on Monday. If we take out this supply zone, we may approach all-time high. We
That's
may
right.
see around 20,000 to 20,100 levels, which is for me about 200-300 point move for
Hmm.
Nifty within a week. बनता है.
That's right.
ठीक है. I had said कि my first case is bullish, okay, because we have already यहाँ पे क्या है, ये जो leg है ना, it is confirmed that it is over
That's right.
because this point was taken out, this B point.
Yep. Yep.
So I have no reason to be bearish as of right.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why my case one is the most likely outcome.
Mm-hmm.
My case two, I will go on to a lower chart. यहाँ पे ये जो correction था ना, it was still upward correcting.
That's
ये
right.
ज्यादा टाइम के लिए नीचे की तरफ आया नहीं.
Mm-hmm.
Aragara, except for this day, which was, I think, our Wednesday, right?
Very-
This was
yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
And then, of course, it just took out in a single candle, 4 hours of down move.
Yep.
It just took it out in a
Pretty
single
much.
candle.
Yep. Yeah. That was a strong up move. Yep.
My case two is what? Let us assume, because we have to be objective, that this resistance zone is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let us for a second assume it's very strong. And at least for, when I say very strong, at least for 1-2 days, it is very strong, or 3
That's
days,
right.
जो भी है.
That's right.
Then we will see कि boss ये retracement कितना आता है.
Hmm.
Okay. As a thumb rule, we always look at what prices are doing around the 30 to 38% mark
Mm-hmm.
and 61% mark.
Correct.
61 से नीचे गया तो flat pattern का chances खुल जाता है, उसके ऊपर रहता है तो zigzag pattern. That's so through a process of elimination. Since we have only one directional move up,
Yeah.
we will look कि अगर ये यहाँ पे reject हुआ और prices नीचे आए तो क्या बनता है. Then we'll be able to play and have a target for the next leg.
Yes. Yes.
So based on the price action of the last week and the way this has gone up, I have two cases to summarize. First one is bullish, that we go into continuation or ये resistance zone निकल जाए gap up में,
Yep.
and we continue to all time high. Second is वो resistance ले लेता है, respect करता है और retracement पे ले जाता है. Then we'll have to see कि boss ये कैसा नीचे आता है.
Great. Great.
For that I have drawn this trend line.
Yep.
ये टूटा तो फिर हम थोड़ा रुकेंगे, देखेंगे क्या
Yes.
कर रहा है.
Yes. Awesome.
All
I
the
think,
rest.
that explains very well. I think the higher probability is for it to go up. However, if it
Continuation.
either takes the resistance at this level where we are or at an all-time high, then we will have to see the retracement and watch the retracement between 30% retracement to 38.2%. And if it goes below that, then look at 61%, 50 to 61% kind of retracement range and see the price action. If it stops there, goes back up, we know that is the third wave that will start, and then we will be analyzing that. If it goes below that, then we know it is forming a flat pattern, and then we will analyze accordingly. So with that, thanks so much. We will move to the technical analysis section. So you heard what the new waves are saying. Now let's have a look at a few other important data points. When we look at the price action on all the time frame, whether it is daily, weekly, or even monthly, Nifty is bullish. This week, Nifty closed very near the weekly high, and it moved in about 400 points range from 19,400 to 19,800. Nifty right now is showing a very strong support at 19,430 levels, and it would be very difficult in the week starting 11th September to come below this 19,430 levels. Overall, based on the price action, we can say that Nifty is bullish and it is near all-time high with a high probability of breaking all-time high. Now, if you look at some of the technical indicators, most of the trend indicators, whether it is super trend or some of the other trend following indicators like Heiken-Ashi and few other indicators, they're all bullish. On the moving average front, very interestingly, it reclaimed the 50 days moving average. Now, one of the things one must keep on watching, particularly on a daily time frame, is the price behavior near the 50-day moving average. So Nifty had last week gone below 50-day moving average, but this week it reclaimed that 50-day moving average, which definitely is a bullish sign. So overall, even from a technical indicator perspective, the trend is bullish. Now, if you look at the options data, a lot of option activities, particularly with the daily expiry coming in different instruments, there has been a spurt in option activities across board. And this expiry was a great example of what happened when the short covering just took Nifty to a greater height. But if we look at this weekly expiry, we find that the highest call OI is at 20,000, highest put OI is at 19,600. By mistake is 1,96,000. We hope that very soon we reach there. The PCR at 1.0 is bullish. We see ATM straddle at 170 points. Now, with the kind of volatility which see, 170 points is not high premium, but you never know. Nifty has been moving in a range with high volatility. So overall, even from an options perspective, option data perspective, it is bullish. So these three pretty much talk about how we are looking at from our internal perspective. Now let's look at the FII data and the US market data. FII is neutral to slightly bullish because they are more long on the put as opposed to the call. And they had fifth continuous day of selling in the cash market. The good news is that the selling quantum has been gradually reducing, but there are still net sellers in the cash segment. And I think close to 250 crores of selling on Friday. Now, when we look at the US markets, the indices were slightly bearish, though the last 2 days there was an upside. S&P, very interestingly, which is the S&P 500 index in US, has formed an inside bar on the weekly time frame. So those of you who are following S&P should watch for a range between 4,426 to 4,541. If S&P is breaking above 4,541, the chances that it will run up further. If it goes below 4,426, it may fall down. And for sure, that will have an implication on Nifty. When we look at the dollar index, it has been continuously increasing. It closed slightly above 105. So there is no respite as far as dollar index is concerned. Bond yield is also elevated at 4.268. And if you look at the crude, which also is very important factor when we talk about Nifty, crude has been strengthening as well. So overall, the external sentiments are bearish. If I have to summarize the outlook for the coming week, I would say that domestic factors are strongly bullish, whereas external factors are neutral to bearish. When we combine with the neo wave analysis, which you heard in this video, overall, we remain bullish. And we anticipate that this week, Nifty is going to cross all-time high. If we see a retracement, which was the case 2 of our neo wave analysis, which we talked about, where the resistance may come where we are today, or it may come at all-time high, near all-time high levels. We may retrace, but may not break 19,400. With that analysis, we would like to close this video and thank you for being with us. Please stay connected with us. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. So you heard what the